Hello everyone, it's Geisha. Welcome back. I was making some journals and I needed a book plate to go on top. Say if this is the front of my journal, I wanted to have something like that up front. And I thought, you know what, it is handy to have a bunch of them on hand. And then I will make sure that there's like a few different colors and sizes so that they will fit any journal. Although this size I found fits quite a bit. And if this was not big enough, I could always add something on the back to make it bigger. And we're going step for step to show you how I go about doing this. We'll put this aside. Actually, let me show you up close a little bit. So I start with a cardstock base. Then I will have some cheesecloth, piece of fabric, and here you can write, if you want, what the journal is all about. And I will have some embellishments here or there. These were my prototypes and they're kind of bare, so I might make a few more of these. Then I have some cheesecloth that is dark brown, and here I have a green cheesecloth. This isn't bad either. Alright, first up I have some not so pretty cardstock that I coffee dyed, and then I spritz coffee on it. That's why you get all these lines. And I want a ragged edge, a torn edge, so I'm going to start by taking off a little bit of the straight edge, and I'm using a metal ruler, and the trick is to leave the short edge under the ruler and then pulling towards. As you can see, it didn't all work out completely, but put pressure on it and there it goes. And because this is 8.5 inches, I'm gonna make mine 3 by 2. So I will tear strips 3 inches wide, like so. Again, tear just a bit of the edge, put pressure, and then I line up with the squares on my mat, and this is 2 inch, and tear. So next step is I will round the corners, and I have a corner rounder here, 4, 7 and 10, and for this I'm using the 7. And I will do that with all of them. So when they're all corner rounded, I will coffee dye them because I want some darker and some lighter. And this is one of the darker ones, so I have quite a strong coffee, and I always use a bit of baking soda to neutralize the acid in there. And even if I find this too dark, the backside is quite light enough that I can still use it either way. And what I do is, I have one of my boards. You've seen them before, I think, and very handy. So I will just, and let me see, yeah, dip each one in the coffee, place them on the board, and then I will lay it in the sun. All right, I will continue this and then I will come back. All right, so once they're coffee dyed, I will sew around the outside edge, and this is a straight stitch, and here I've used a straight stitch too, but I thought I'd show you how it looks with a zigzag. And yeah, I like both of them. So then I will put some cheesecloth on here. I have some lightly coffee dyed cheesecloth here, but this is quite open, so I will cut a strip and then I will cut segments of it. And for this I will be using 2 layers. Yeah, that fits nice. And there. Now, how I fasten this, maybe that's not the right word, but I'll use some stick and I will cover my cardstock and I will put both of them right on top. And hopefully they both will catch some of it. Now, because I'm going to add some more on it, which I will be sewing down, The glue doesn't really matter much if it comes loose or not. And I will probably, maybe, I don't know, trim this up a little. Okay, so now I will show you the fabric I'm using. I was doing some eco dyeing and it didn't turn out all that great. Although certain spots are just lovely, look at that. But I will be tearing strips off of this and cut pieces out that are smaller, like this. So then I will sew around here, and after I've sewn around here, I will come back. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to add is something to write on. So I'll make this little label that nicely fits in here. And I've used remnants, scraps of file folders when I was making a project, and I usually keep the scraps. I have a whole pile of them here. And I will cut off just about 1 inch. I think it's a little wider than an inch by 1 3/4 of an inch. I round the corners again, ink the edge, and then I'm going to place this over here. And I will add a little image behind it. And if the image seems quite big, I don't want the image to overlap. Well, actually that looks nice too. But say I want to keep it in the parameters of the base label, I can always move the label to the side over here. Ideally, I would want it centered. So I'm going to make up a few, and so I will place this over here and place this over here. I will glue this with tacky glue. As usual, this is Aleene's tacky glue that I'm using. And I will sew around the label. I'll be right back. Alright, so here are some of the ones that I made. And this is from a white printout that I warmed up a bit by inking on it to make it a little muted color. Alright, so this was it for today, and I hope you all have a good day, and take care. See you in the next one. Bye.